It is a beautiful sunny day, but I think we're getting rain again today. Could just pretty much assume for the next month we're gonna have rain every evening, or afternoon at least. Poor goats. Luckily we were out here when it started raining yesterday and we were able to pull them in right away, which was good. So we were able to put the goats up right away when it started to rain yesterday, and it rained for most of the rest of the afternoon. And then in the evening, it cleared up, and I felt like, I wish I could put them back out, but it was so wet out here, there was no point in bringing them out, and it would have only been another hour or so of sunlight. So I'm hoping to get them out here today before the rain comes again, so that they get a little bit of time to forage and browse on the pasture and get some fresh air. Liam, you really wanted to hold that baby, but I don't think he's small enough for you to hold anymore. I think you're just gonna have to let him go and just try to hopefully hope that he plays with you. What do you think? Yeah. You love that goat.
Yeah.
He's sweet. Sweet little perky. Healthy little guy. Doing quite well. Happy to say. Oh, you're gonna go check out that rooster? What do you think? Whew. It is so hot and humid already. I tell you what though, I really hate this time of year when we have all this rain and perfect conditions for things to go wrong with the goats. These type of conditions can cause parasite blooms, and they can also cause toxic molds to grow in places that you can't find or see, which is what happened to us last year. So every time, oh, they also cause lush green grass growth, which can cause diarrhea too. So every time I see diarrhea, I get panicked. I think, is it the lush green grass and it's just got to work its out of its system? Did they eat something toxic, mold or something? Or is it a parasite bloom? Well, I just did my Formula 1 last week with all the goats. The whole entire herd got lots of the strong herbs. For 3 days straight, they had Formula 1 from Molly's Herbal. And that usually cleans out their system pretty good for a while. So, this morning, my sweet Beau had diarrhea. That always makes me very nervous and cautious. So I judge on whether they come out into the paddock or they stay in their barn by what they choose. I let them choose whether they're gonna come out or not. He did choose to come out. Even though he does seem a little sluggish, he does seem a little lower in appetite than normal, he is nibbling on stuff out here. So it was a good choice because he wasn't really touching the grain. He wasn't interested in the grain. So I'm glad I let him out here so he can nibble on some other stuff. So hopefully by this evening he'll be showing signs of improvement. I will be keeping an eye on him throughout the day, making sure he doesn't go downhill. I gave him a tablespoon of the Molly's Formula 1 and a tablespoon of the GI Soother from Fir Meadows that has slippery elm, cayenne, cinnamon, ginger maybe, something else. Anyway, it really soothes the digestive tract and it helps slow down the diarrhea. The slippery elm really helps with that. They also sell slippery elm separately, and I do have that separately, but cinnamon and cayenne and ginger are all ways to fight parasites. So if it's parasites, the herbs will help and the GI Soother will help. So, and the GI Soother will just slow down his system so he doesn't become too dehydrated or anything. That's the main thing you want to watch out for. And if he gets too sluggish, that means something is off. Something is definitely off. They don't tend to get very lethargic if it's just green food scours. So we do keep a close eye on things when this happens. I have a feeling it was just green growth, because he's acting pretty normal for the most part. He's just a little bit sluggish. But when your belly doesn't feel good, you can tend to be a little sluggish. So I'm going to keep a close eye on him and the situation. And if I start to feel like it could be something toxic, I'm going to do the activated charcoal to help pull that out of his system. But it doesn't look like a toxicity right at this moment. And he's not in pain, so I'm not suspecting enterotoxemia. He seems okay in that regard. The goats are really enjoying eating all that fresh vegetation that they have access to. So it will not be surprising if I see somebody else with poopy butt. Not surprising at all. Titus and Khaleesi here have dug themselves a nice little mud bath. They're laying in the cool, damp earth to stay cooled off in the shade. And they ate out of their separate bowls perfectly fine. I stood there with them just to be sure that they're doing it fine, but they seem to be doing it just fine now. I mean, these dogs are so smart, y'all. They're so smart. They learn so quickly, and it just pleases my heart to see them adjust to the new changes. Every time I introduce something new or try something new with them, they do exactly what they're supposed to and what I want them to do, and it's just such a blessing to have such good, kind-hearted, and very smart animals as part of our family. What was that, Liam?
I want to go inside with my puppy.
You want to go inside with your puppy?
Yeah.
Titus is going to stay out here because he's learning how to be an outside dog. So he's got to stay out during the day. I know you love that puppy. You seem like you might be sleepy the way you're twirling your hair. You don't want to take a nap?
No.
Oh my goodness, they're so funny. Y'all, I just wanted to show you the size of my broadleaf plantain. It is the hugest. Look at it, it's the size of my hand. It is the biggest, broadest leaf I have ever seen on this plantain ever. Oh look, it's starting to get a little bloom. I was just gonna say, I never see their flowers, but it's got one that's starting there. And just as comparison, this is broadleaf and this is narrowleaf plantain. These flowers are already blooming and they're a very short little bloom. And on the broadleaf, it blooms all, like, it'll have like this long of a section of bloom that'll be all the way down. So this is the narrowleaf plantain. And it's got a pretty good size to it too. So hopefully I'll get a foraging video done sometime soon about plantain and its uses, and I can teach you guys more about that because a lot of people are interested in the idea of videos on specific plants for foraging. Gee, I wonder why the bucks won't eat their hay. Silly duck, what are you doing in there? That's not your nest box. Is she eating it or just getting comfy to lay an egg? She's so silly. Her little buddy's standing guard. Hey, little duck, what are you doing? What, you got something to say about it, Tom? Tom, what are you gonna do about it, huh? We need to hatch you some eggs so you can have some girlfriends, huh? Gonna try to get some turkey eggs hatched for you. So while we're making some reductions in certain parts of our flock, like the chicken productions, we're actually wanting to increase in other areas that might be more lucrative for our homestead. So we are gonna get, we actually just got some quail eggs in the mail from Kathy Stevenson. Thank you very much. Very excited about that. And we wanna get some turkey eggs, and in the fall we're gonna hatch some of our anaconda duck eggs. So the reason for that is, even though we're reducing the feed costs for everybody and trying to budget better, it seems strange that we might be adding certain animals, but those animals are actually more sustainable in the sense that they provide more of an income. So the quail is a more rare item, so are the ducks and the turkey. So they actually, I can sell them for a higher dollar value than I can for chicken eggs. Everybody has chickens now. That's one of the reasons why our egg customers stopped coming, is because they got chickens. Our people who used to buy eggs from us now have their own eggs because I've taught them how to have chickens in their own backyard and how easy it can be. So now I have people who are wanting quail eggs, people are interested in ducklings and turkeys. So they've been asking me and asking me. So I'm going to try to meet that demand that I see in the market right now, and hopefully that will be more lucrative. And if it's not, we'll sell them and we'll eat them. You know, it's not a lose. There's no way to lose in this situation. We can eat them as our own food, and we can sell them if we don't feel comfortable with that at the time. And these are my two pride and joys, my teen children. You guys never get to see them. They just came down here to say bye. They're headed back over to their dads. Vivian is headed off to, where are you going?
Nantucket.
Nantucket for the summer. You're gonna work hard, huh?
Always.
Make all that dollar.
I have to. Gotta pay for college somehow.
What, all those scholarships don't cover all the costs?
Nope.
Oh no. The ship sank. Your ship sank, Liam?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You gonna rescue it? There you go.
Ew.
Ew, it's got mud in it. That'll make it sink.
Yeah.
I had to show these big bad boys off. They looking pretty amazing. No fruit yet, of course. It's still pretty early on, but they're sending off tendrils and lots of growth. There's some flowers on this one. So I'm pretty excited about this. We have entered the Whistle Thicket Pumpkin Challenge, and we're hoping to get some giant pumpkins out of these. We got some chanterelles popping up in the grass over here, right in the backyard. Isn't that awesome, y'all? Like, seriously, chanterelles all in here and that far away from our house. That's awesome. Oh, there's some more. I almost stepped on them. Those are some nice looking ones too. Looks like the bugs didn't get to them yet.
I will race you.
You will race me?
Yeah.
Okay. Your pants are falling down. Well, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out our Patreon if you're interested. We get enough people over there, we will start uploading some limited edition films for you on that platform as well. Thank you guys for all your support. We truly appreciate it. We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.